We're back
Hello,
at it
friends. Oh, Brenda.
again.
Bestie. Okay. All
That's a
right.
great intro. We should just
We'll just keep it. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Sharing Our Last Brain Cell podcast. I am Alanis.
I'm Brenda.
And we are a mess.
Yes.
Yeah, this is fun. This is the second time we're actually recording this episode because I guess I just wanted to fight everyone on the last one, which was kind of funny though. But it is really outdated because we spent, I don't even know what we did, honestly.
Yeah. It was about fandoms, but then it went into the people that crossed you in middle school and high school, and it just went all over the place. And it was no longer about.
But clearly I have some grudges to work through, but we did film that before Thanksgiving break and then things went to hell. So it's really outdated now. And we're just going to talk about what's going on in the current news, I should say. And I would hope that our next episode comes sooner and that it's about dating. Interesting. That's gonna be a fun one. Yeah. Now that's where I'm gonna fight people. No, I'm kidding. Well, okay. So anyway, where should we start?
I feel we should start by how we met, because it's all rooted in fandoms, and maybe talk about the fact that we're gonna be talking about fandoms. We're gonna be talking about
that is very important. Very important to say. Thank you, Brenda. That's why you're my co-host. I cannot keep one thought running through. Okay, so we're gonna talk about fandoms today because we are both very. I'm just gonna continue. We are both very big fangirls. We enjoy music. We enjoy music and TV shows. And for me, it's always been a way to just get through life. And as you can probably tell, there's my father over there. I'm pointing at George Way, by the way. He's not my legally, for legal reasons, he's not my father, but in spirit, he is my father. Anywho, so since we have this appreciation of pop culture, we're going to be talking about our fandoms today and what's going on right now. With the most recent re-recording that we have had from Taylor right now is Red. We're still waiting on news. I think next is going to be Speak Now. I could be wrong. I'm a clown, not professionally yet, but I will be. And we're just gonna talk about that. Okay, that's a long enough intro.
Before we get into that, we're actually gonna talk about it in a little chronological order, in a sense.
Sure.
So we're gonna start with our babies, our first babies. Our first baby. Actually, I can speak to myself about that. My first babies were One Direction, because even though I liked Justin Bieber, I wasn't like a believer per se. It was I think I just got into the heat of the moment in middle school. I was like, sure, it's cute, right. Okay. But then when he started dating Selena Gomez, and I just gravitated towards Selena Gomez, and that's my baby. She's still my baby. We love her.
A queen, an icon.
Clearly. And then because of that, I remember that I was sitting at home on Tumblr all days, sitting at home at Tumblr, and I stumbled upon this Tumblr page of a girl that said, I'm a believer and a directioner, and I can do both. And I was like, what the fuck is believer? And I mean, what the fuck is directioner? It's what is this? And then I started seeing GIFs GIFs, I don't know, however you say
whatever,
of this five beautiful men. Well, boys, they were boys at the time, because we need to clear this out. We were there from the beginning. We're 25 now, so 2012, that's when they actually started getting recognition outside of the UK, and we got into that early in the days. So I saw them and I was like, ooh, they're cute. And I remember going to YouTube and put in their name and getting What Makes You Beautiful. And at the time, the only videos that they had out was What Makes You Beautiful, because you got that one thing, and I think there was another one which was like, I don't even remember anymore, but it was just like only 3 videos, official music videos were out.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I like this. They're so cute. And obviously Zayn was the first one, was my first bias. He was my first baby. And the obsession began, the fangirling began. And I remember my sister going, oh, how do you like, why are you so obsessed with them? You only like just saw a few videos. Like this is gonna end in like a week.
LOL. 10 years later, we're still here, besties.
We're still here. We're still here.
Okay.
And that's actually how we met. So do you want to take that?
I was trying to look up like the first few videos that they had, but they have a lot of stuff on their channel right now.
I imagine it's been
it's a lot.
More than 10 years.
So I don't really remember how I started liking them. I know it was when they were hitting like their peak and like fame, because they were at the Olympics. I think a little bit before the Olympics was when I was like, oh, these guys are cute. I was in high school. We were in high school, like early high school.
I was in first year of high school, so 10. We
were young.
But I remember seeing them in 9th grade, because that's when I got into like the Tumblr thing.
I was in my Harry Potter era then, so I was, anyway. So my favorite has always been Niall. He is the love of my life. He has the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, so as a high school girl, I was like, oh, this is my life now, I guess. And I remember getting my best friend at the time, like Louis balloon, because they didn't have Harry at Walmart anymore for like Valentine's Day. I had the Niall Horan one. And I walked around my high school with this big fat confidence that I no longer have. I don't know where she went. That I was just so proud that I had my little Niall Horan balloon, even though I was forever single. And I was like, I don't care. You guys may have boyfriends, but I have an Niall Horan, and that is forever.
A fucking balloon following me around.
Anywho, so I have liked them for a very long time. My favorite album, I think, is "Take Me Home." Because my favorite song is "They Don't Know About Us," and that they never sang that live, because I'm also Glee, but we're not going to talk. We should have a full episode about Glee, because that's a nightmare.
That's another thing. I was watching a TikTok about Santana doing like the audition for Funny Girl as the understudy.
Oh my God. That's the best version of that song. May she rest in peace. That was the best version of the song. Like, Don't Rain on My Parade. I was going to be like, don't leave me. That's a whole, anyway.
Going by a line.
Let's reel it back in, because we lose it very quickly. So flashback? Flash forward to 2014 on our freshman year orientation. For some reason, I decided to dress in like these bright red pants that I have, some fucking Toms. Was that what I read? Yeah, Toms.
Anyway, blue Toms. Red Toms. You had red Toms and I think a blue shirt.
And I remember the blue shirt. Anyway, the point is that I was dressed like Louis for some reason, and I think I had a bracelet that said like One Direction, like little hearts. Yeah. And you tell this story better than I do, to be honest.
So for undergrad, we went to this university. It's in her hometown, but for me, it was like 2 hours away from my hometown.
We don't talk about university.
We didn't talk about real. Try. Get into monetize, even though we probably won't get it. Anyhow, so I moved to an apartment. I was new. I didn't know a lot of people, but I'm really outgoing and like I talk to everyone and anyone. I'm the definition of an extrovert.
For real.
Truly. So I'm walking, and our university has this, it's a really old-fashioned university, and they're extra as fuck. And they had like this ceremonial thing where our parents would be in the crowd, and we would like get signed. Technically a little bit, but like a brainwash thing. It would be like,
for
yeah, you're
sure.
part of this university. Like your blood is no longer red; it's green because that's like our color, the university color. And well, we were divided by majors, and I see this girl with her tops and and her outfit just screamed Louis. And I literally, I kid you not, I just went straight to her. I also asked like, oh, is this like where I'm supposed to like stand? I'm like, I'm gonna be in English. I'm gonna study comparative literature, and they go like, yeah, this is the line. And then I look at her and I go, I literally tap her on the shoulder, and I go, do you like One Direction? Not even like hi, not even like, oh hi, my name is Brenda. Like, no, it was like, hi, do you like One Direction? And she goes like, yes. I'm like, oh my god, your outfit's great, like I love that, like my favorite saying as well. And then it all blossomed into me stalking her. That's her like conspiracy theory that I stalked her.
That is my conspiracy theory, that she went to that university to like stalk me and become my friend. But that's just a joke, okay? Let's not take that for real. That was a very interesting day, and I know that like this is very off topic because I didn't remember the thing about the ceremony. I honestly blocked out all of my experience at colegio because it was awful, but I forgot about the ceremony and the whole cult like thing.
Yeah.
That's like, you are part of this university now, and
it's
like the elite. We're the elite.
I mean,
not we, because we're not engineers, but in general, like the university.
I mean, it's a prestigious university, you know. It is like, it's okay. Definition of prestigious, it's really off bad, but it's like you know, it's for Puerto Rico.
For engineers, maybe. Here, getting a degree with that bachelor's, job with that bachelor's degree has proved to disappoint me. So we can talk about that in a episode about college and jobs. We're gonna go back to our original topic and what matters most, One Direction.
Exactly. So that's how we met. So we met because of the boys. And then the tragedy struck on May 12th. Was it May 12th when Zayn left?
Girl, March 20th.
March 20th. Oh my god, if it's March 20th, today is the anniversary.
Wait, let me fact check that.
No, I think
25th. No, it's the 25th. It's 25th. No, my bad.
If it would have been
my bad. No, it's the 25th.
And the title would have been Celebrating the Saints, not.
No, that was so sad.
It was super sad, but I'm still mad at him about how he handled things, because I totally respect his decision for leaving, because obviously your mental health and your health is more important. And if you're not happy where you at, you need, it's the smart and mature thing to do is like get up and leave. But I hated everything that came after it because he started talking shit.
Oh, and about the boys, because like you can shit talk the management all you want, but not the guys, because they were there with you. The
way that he said that he never like had a conversation with Harry, bitch, there's so many videos of you laughing, like you guys were like brothers, and you don't go around saying that. And maybe it was like management stunt to like get him like, you know, talking and people getting invested to see his songs and stuff like that. Right. But like you were part of the biggest boy band of the world during that time, and the fact that you had already left, it was a huge deal. So you didn't need to like keep adding things to it, you know. I don't know, I just think that was done really messy and not classy of him. And as a same girl, it hurt me a lot to like see the way that he was talking shit about the other guys, because I obviously love all of them. And then he went on and I was like, oh yeah, like I hated being with them. Like I didn't even like have a real conversation with Harry, blah, blah, blah. Like, but shut the fuck up. Stop lying.
No, literally. It was really sad because I feel like that's the first time we saw the crack in the foundation. And like, it was not, they were not treated fairly, and there's a lot that we could go into about their issues with the management.
Yeah, we always get to see what they present. Like, we never know
Of course,
like the root of things.
as a high school girl, I didn't think that. I was just like, oh my gosh, cute guys, like whatever. But now seeing it as an adult, like, and I believe it was Liam that was talking about how they were just like kind of locked up after concerts and events, and they were not allowed to do anything. And I can't imagine like growing up and something like that, because they were kids. They were like 16, 17.
Yeah, and that's when he like started drinking a lot,
which is so sad. And again, goes back to a bigger conversation about child stars and, you know, the exploitation of people in the industry. But going back to saying, I understand where he's coming from, of course. Like, I wouldn't want him to stay somewhere that he's not happy. But the fact that he just attacked people in his circle that were there suffering with him because they were not like having a better time than him. And also this whole thing that happened with Nasty Boy, or whatever was his name.
Oh my God, yes.
That was a shit show on Twitter. That was a wow. So he was attacking Louis essentially, and they didn't make up. Allegedly, I don't know anything until like
so close.
Yeah, until like his mother died. And he didn't even show up to the performance, I believe, allegedly, supposedly. I don't know anything. I was not there. I don't know them personally. Do not come from my non-existent ass. So so that's really sad, because they were supposed to be like brothers, like 5 boys, 1 dream, 1 direction. And that just like hurt. That really just hurt.
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say about that, to be honest.
After that, I stopped like standing. I mean, I liked 5 Seconds of Summers, but I wasn't invested in them.
Yeah, they were cool, but
I liked the music a lot, but like I wasn't like invested in them like some other girls I know that were like invested in One Direction and also 5 Seconds of Summer. After that, I just like started reading more, and then university started, and life was all about studying and partying too, because we went to a really big party campus down.
I didn't party, so
true.
Wouldn't know.
And then after that, I thought I was done with my fangirl bullshit.
Can I just say something before you start with the BTS nonsense? I say, as I have one of their fucking dolls in my bed. Listen.
I'm dragging her with me.
Okay, so we'll go into our current eras, but we need to talk about Taylor Swift briefly.
Yeah, the big elephant in the room.
Before we go into our separate nonsense.
Yes. Taylor Swift.
I'm wearing a shirt by Taylor.
Our queen.
Our Lord and Savior.
The queen of our hearts.
My mother. My father and my mother.
Taylor. So we were actually talking about this last night. We came to the conclusion that she has been a constant in our lives, even though we weren't official Swifties when she started. So we're having this conversation last night. I was like, oh, I remember like the first like song I wrote about in my journal, because I journal. It was Sparks Fly. So I had Sparks Fly like written down completely, because like it was an iconic song for like crushes and stuff like that. But I was telling Alanis, I was like, yeah, like I love Speak Now, because we were talking about the next recording and blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, but like I knew about Fearless, and I knew about debut like Taylor Swift, like 15 and all the older songs, although 15 is Fearless. But I wasn't like an active like, oh, this next album is gonna drop, and like I didn't know about Easter eggs and like all the things that is like a Swiftie. But if I sat down and someone played songs from Fearless and The Bud and Speak Now, I would be like, yeah, I know all the songs, because I was a casual listener. And then Speak Now came out, and I got obsessed with it, because again, middle school, voice, and she was singing all about that. So it was like, oh my god, this woman, this girl, like she gets it, like she knows the struggles
For real.
And then I wasn't like actively waiting for her to drop albums, but then she started dating Harry Styles, and I was a big Haylor shipper because those are my divorced parents.
Oh god.
I'm a child of divorce.
I have my own like difficult feelings toward Harry Styles, which I don't want to get like, but I will admit I was like low-key kind of jealous. Like I felt no need as a 16-year-old to like bother this woman with my opinions, but I was a little jealous of her. Of course, he's like a handsome man. I can give that. Listen, I feel like when I was younger, I loved her music. I started listening from Speak Now on, but I'm a rap Swiftie forever. But I was so jealous because she dated Taylor Lautner, which was like, I had a huge crush on him. She dated Lucas Till, which was in the Hannah Montana movie. I had a huge crush on him. Supposedly, allegedly, she dated Corey Monteith. May he rest in peace.
Oh my god, yes, I saw like pictures of like them at bowling alleys with Selena too.
There was somebody else that she dated that I was like, oh bestie, come on, I want to root for you so bad, but you're stealing all my men. I was 16, okay, of course I'm not gonna, but
you're stealing all my men.
I know, I'm a clown. I said this earlier. Anyways, so I too enjoyed her music way before, like Fearless was good, like Love Story, You Belong With Me, which I dedicated to
iconic
Josh Hutcherson. Anyway, moving on from that.
And he is here today. Let me call him.
Oh, okay. Let's not joke about that. No, because it's not the same person. I feel that your roommate hates me, but like that's a topic for another day. Anyways, so when Speak Now came out, I actually bought the album when I went for the first time to New York. And after that, like I kept up with her music. For some reason after Red, I kind of felt, One Direction. I fell off the train. And when One Direction broke up, I just went back to Taylor. And I was like, in 1989, Stan, like this is 1989 was my freshman year soundtrack for, still to this day, like Out of the Woods plays. And I'm just like walking the fucking hallways of Colegio again. And anyway.
I love that.
And it's like, I don't know, like whatever. So back to the topic. I loved 1989, but when rap came out, like it was a very difficult time of my life. But also like the music, even though I cannot relate to falling in love because I have in fact not found my Joe Alwyn, I loved every single song, and it's like a complete story, and it's one of the very few albums that I can listen to without skipping any songs. And the Black Parade, nothing else. But anyway, we're not talking about my chem right now. Going back to Taylor. I feel like I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Let's go back.
And I was like literally going to the same line. So I became a Swiftie for Lover because even though we were talking about this last time, even though I watched like Look What You Made Me Do music video like 5 times in a row, I kept going and I was like, oh my god, this is the best video. Blah, blah, blah. So fucking good. I didn't stick with rap until the rap era was over. And
that's tragic.
I feel okay, so the thing was like I remember and to this day I remember like her Instagram moment and like when she finally started posting and like because I was obviously a casual listener and I always loved her like her music, but it wasn't like staying up and like waiting for things to drop, stuff like that.
Not like now that we do.
Like that, now we do. Now we drop money on her like rented stew.
Anyway.
But yeah, and then like rep but I feel like with Reputation, and this happens with everyone that I recommended them to listen to Reputation. Nobody likes Reputation at the beginning, and it's because I feel that that's an album that you need to relate to actually like. And everyone that I've told them to listen to Reputation, they listen to it, they hate it. A week later, they text me or call me and they're like, "Oh my god, this is her best album. Like, the songs are so good." Like, because I feel like it's such a switch for her in genre that it makes people think that, oh my god, she's like just trying to like do every genre that's alive and she's just trying so hard. But in reality, I feel that it's one of the albums where she didn't try as hard because she was in her petty zone and she was like, okay, this is what I want. Not, you know what I mean? Like, for other albums, like, we know that she's worked on them years in advance. And for this one was like, obviously a lot of thought was put into, but I feel like the amount of time that she spent making it was less than, for example, 1989, that because she was talking about 1989 while she was doing promo for Red.
Right.
So I feel that because of that, a lot of people, when they hear it, they're like, oh, this is so different from her, and like, I don't like it, because a lot of people don't like change. But then literally a week later would come and they'd be like, this is my favorite album of her. Like, I love the song. For example, my sister didn't understand why I was so obsessed with Reputation. And I was like, you need to hear it. Like, you need to not listen, you need to hear it. Like, you need to like get into it, like, let it speak to your soul. And then she's obsessed with it too. And like, she used to skip songs when I used to play it from start to finish, and now she doesn't. And like, another friend of mine, we were talking about him last night because his birthday came around, and my sister
I'm still
made
mad.
him a Reputation inspired birthday because that became his favorite album. And it's like, that's, I feel the consensus with Reputation, because that's at least what happened with me too. I was like, look what you made me do came out, loved the song, loved the video, and then the other songs came out, listened to them, but I was like, yeah, it's okay after the Reputation era. And then I was like, shit, this is my shit. I was like, yes, listening to it every single fucking day. And then that's when I started like, I became a Swiftie. So
I feel like I understand. I understand what you mean when you're saying like it could have come together a lot quicker than the other ones because the inspiration was there, in the sense of she was falling in love, the people were against her, the general public. I am a full subscriber to the theory that there's an album that was scratched that she was working on. People call it karma. I'm not entirely sure about the name. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I loved it ever since it came out because I love being a petty bitch. Like, there's nothing wrong with being petty. Listen, peace and love bullshit. Let's all be petty.
Which it's funny because like it's funny because like the whole, I was like, I always like to like see the relationship with songs and albums with her because she is such a good writer that she does that. And yeah, like I saw someone that I was writing, like Reputation is a love, it's the beginning of the relationships of the songs and lover. I was like, shit, this is so true, because they're like a bird of a feather. Bird of a feather is what's it called? I think so. Yeah, they're like,
this is why we share one brain cell. Yes. Yeah, without Reputation, we wouldn't have had Lover. And I feel like it was a great moment in her career because she took back the narrative, and it's not, oh, you're not gonna get to dictate anything else about my life. I'm gonna do it. I love that song. So I feel like that 180 that she did, they should study that in marketing classes, in psychology. I don't care. That's just, I don't even know how to put it into words. Really it's iconic. The change that she did from 1989, which hurts me a little bit because I feel like she was so open on Instagram and like she posted pictures all the time, and on Twitter she posted a lot of stuff. which I love because she could have connected with us, but like at the same time, like I understand because every time she tweets blah, people just like make it bigger than it has to be, and it's just taken out of context, or there's a lot to go into. But the fact that she was able to own her story again, that inspires me. I feel like it came out at a very difficult time in my life where I was like dealing with a lot of nonsense. It came out actually it came out like a month after Hurricane Maria. So that was like a very difficult time for both of us. I feel like I just clung to it, and I related to a lot of like people seeing you for something that you're not or were, but not anymore. And again, I cannot relate to the story about love, but I just feel like Taylor writes such universal lyrics that yes, they're specific enough to her, but
they can be specific enough for other people.
It works for so many other things. Even if I can't relate to some songs like Don't Blame Me or Delicate, they're still bangers, And I feel like Ready for It is such an underrated, iconic song because she's fucking rapping in that song. Like,
I know.
Come on. It's Taylor Swift rapping on a song.
I was having this conversation with my housemate the other time, like a month ago. And no Tino shade because like obviously we are not here to like compare, although I'm gonna do a little comparison, but I'm not saying like I was about to say I want to say no one's better than the other, because as she said, we all have crowns now. All the queens have crowns,
right?
And she doesn't like the comparison, but a friend of mine posted like a picture of Adele with all her like awards, and she was like, "This is why she is the music industry." I was like,
sorry,
no, the music industry is Taylor Swift. And I was telling my husband, I was like, "Oh no, I think that she is, okay." I was like, I would not say that she's not amazing, because she is, and she has a great voice, and she is a great writer, and like her last album is fucking beautiful. I was like, but she couldn't do what Taylor Swift does. And he looked at me like, what do you mean she couldn't do what Taylor Swift does? I was like, Taylor Swift jumped genres again and again and again, and she did it in a unique way that like speaks true to herself without changing herself, and that's really difficult. An example of that is Miley Cyrus.
Miley, an icon.
Yeah, she tried to jump genres, and she was just appropriating cultures. That's another topic.
That's a whole other, but I feel like she has found her sound. Rock now. I feel like
she should stay there because she's great. But I was telling him like, Adele couldn't do that. Like, she has the voice and she could pop, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. People wouldn't even buy into it. And then no, but like she'd never changed genre. She's still doing pop. I was like, no,
girl.
She went like this was this whole thing where like they were talking shit about her on the countryside because they were mad that she was jumping genres. Like, it became a whole thing. Like, everyone in the music industry knows that she is known for jumping from genre to genre. Like, that's something that only like a skillful person can do. I feel like that's why Olivia Rodrigo created a really good space for her, because since her first album, she was like, okay, I'm gonna have everything here that I want to do, so people don't put me inside of a box.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I love you, but
you're wrong. I'm sorry. No, the thing is that I feel like it hurts me to say, because Adele and people like Demi Lovato, they're amazing singers. They
writers,
they're amazing. However, they haven't been able to capture, that's not the word that I'm trying to say.
Gotta catch them. Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, like, capture people's attentions and hearts the way Taylor has done with her lyrics. the fact that she changes every single era, how she has influenced songwriters
can we
are
just
right
say
now.
that she literally invented eras?
She literally invented eras. Like
Everyone now has an era. It was like
the whole concept of being like, oh, a different person every single album that you come out with, that's a Taylor Swift thing. The whole blackout social media that people do now, they don't get the point that it was because she was killing her old self and not because she just wanted to delete everything to start a new era. So she's a very influential musician, whether you like her music or not. Mm-hmm. She's there. You can see her inspiring all of these people that have come up behind her. So yeah, she's is the music
everyone's
industry.
favorite. Like she's your favorite's favorite.
Oh, for real. For real.
Hiller.
I don't know. What? I understand maybe not relating to her because obviously, like, you know, whatever thing they want to come up with. I understand not related to her, but like to say that her music is boring or that it's not good, like that's just not,
it's bullshit.
You know. And that guy that was coming after her saying like she's not the one holding the pen, and I'm like, sir, you need to get like something, like to say that she's not writing the songs, like you could have, I don't know what you're coming for Taylor Swift anyway, but you could have gone for anything else, and you chose to, she doesn't write the songs. And then when she responded, he was like, oh no, they took it out of context. It's a direct quote. I read the article.
People I swear men only have the audacity.
The audacity that men have. I wish I had.
I'm talking about man.
Oh boy.
Segue.
And there we go.
We can have a whole episode about Miss Tay-Tay that I think we should.
We definitely should.
Because we cannot pretend that she doesn't run our lives. Like, let's be quite honest.
For real.
Pretend that she,
even though we are in our different eras right now, like we're still Taylor Swift driven.
So
people are money driven. Some other people are love driven. We are Taylor Swift driven. So yeah, I mean, just go for it, I guess. I cannot hold it any longer.
Okay, so I'm in my K-pop era. It all started during the pandemic. I get so excited. See, this is how fangirling like in your 20s is. I feel like a child. I feel like in high school, but in a good way, you know? I knew about BTS a while ago, actually, because one friend of us, Claudia, the ginger from...
she's not my friend.
I mean, one friend of mine.
I know her. I don't have anything against her. I'm not coming for anybody.
No, it's just a friend. Yeah, I said our friend.
I don't know her.
Yeah. She was really into like K-pop, and she I think she was there since they debuted because I met her in 2014, and she already knew about BTS. I remember, she did her master's in London, and she went to Map of the Soul in London. Yeah. Like I remember seeing the concert on her Snapchat, not knowing what was going on. I knew it was a K-pop band, but I didn't know it was BTS. Can we have like a singular tangent here and say that we should definitely move to London? Anyway, okay, we can go back. Anyway, cerrando paréntesis. Closing the parenthesis. So I knew about DNA because I remember like when they did their first appearance in like James Corden and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, they're really good. Like I like this song, blah blah blah. And that was it. I didn't bat an eye. I didn't get obsessed with it. I was like, oh, they all look the same. I was that person. I'm so sorry. And then during the pandemic, Dynamite came out, and Butter Dynamite, and my sister was like obsessed with it, but the song like had been out like for a few months now, and I was like, yeah, that's BTS, and she was like, cool. And I was like, okay, I don't know the name of the guys, I know the band, but I have a friend that she is obsessed with them, and I'm gonna text her to ask her.
Oh.
And she literally said, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to know their names." And she's like, "This is exactly how everyone starts. Are you sure?" I was like, "I just need the names to tell my sister."
Boy, did you fuck up.
I got into them real bad. Like
So bad.
So bad. Like those are my babies. Like those are pictures of them. This is another K-pop band. This is 80s. Oh, I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I got into them. OT7. I know the lingo, the terminology of K-pop. They should do a study about all the terminology.
They should. That's so interesting, for real.
K-pop,
yeah.
OT7 means like I love the 7 members, but my ult, which is my ultimate bias, which is my kind of favorite, but like it's Kim Namjoon, Mr. Rap, aka Rap Monster, aka Junie, aka Daddy, aka beautiful man, tall, 6 foot tall and super strong. He's the writer leader of the group, and I am really into my K-pop phase. And we were talking about this the other day, and Alanis was like, "I can't believe you're in your K-pop era," and I'm like, "Ooh," and I feel like this one is gonna stick. This one is sticking.
No, for real.
Because it's been already a year and a half.
About so, yeah. I will say they're all very attractive men.
Their songs, it's so good. And it's weird because like it's difficult. We were talking about this. It's difficult because it's like it's not like how I was a casual listener to Taylor Swift and I could like I knew all the songs already. But for them, like their old songs are new songs for me because like I only knew one, which was DNA, and that was it. And they have so many songs and so many variations of their albums. And I am gonna see them in Vegas next month.
I don't know how she's gonna survive that, to be honest.
Because I want to see 80s. So this K-pop band is one of my friends from college. She has been a K-pop fan forever, and we used to like make fun of her because of it. Like not in a mean way, in a funny way. Like, shame. Oh, you don't understand them. Yeah, shame. And I literally called her when I got into BTS. I was like, I am so sorry. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I'm happy that you're like into them now. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And 80s is fourth generation. It's a thing. So okay. They're fourth generation. Fourth generation is like the generation of K-pop artists that are rising right now. So they're the fourth generation, and everyone and I agree with them. It's like they're the leaders of this generation because they're like doing so good. All right. It's a whole thing. I need to explain. You're like, what the fuck?
No, that would be a fantastic episode of you trying to explain like BTS and ARMY culture and K-pop culture to me.
Yeah, that would be probably be so fucking hilarious because I'm a baby. I'm still a baby in this whole thing. Oh, we can have Normati. We can have Normati.
That would be so cool. No, that would be so cool because like my experience with K-pop when I was growing up in middle school, I had this friend that she was like so into like K-dramas and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, bestie, like I don't understand shit. Like I'm just gonna keep on with
One Direction.
No, that was too early. I think I was in my Alexander Ludwig era. This is how I divide my life. Back to the topic. So I do appreciate BTS. I like
21 merch.
I think my bias is J-Hope, although
she knows the names now.
I do. This is like the Umbrella Academy. They have like 3 names.
Yeah. J-Hope.
So, but I'm not gonna steal my. Okay. Anyway, so I'm not gonna steal my best friend's man, but I do think RM is like super cute, whatever. So I'm just like sticking to J-Hope.
Don't worry. We have a sister wives thing.
That's
like we are so many. Like okay, that's
for real.
Thing.
No, for real.
I'm on a okay. This is about to be almost an hour long.
Is it
46 minutes?
That's okay. We didn't even talk about Red. We didn't even talk about the Bold tracks, and we haven't even talked about the Umbrella Academy. But sure,
and My Chemical Romance.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
we are like 100 in that group chat, and it's only the group chat for the girls that are gonna go to the first day and second day of the concert in Las Vegas, because it's 4 days. So the concert is 4 days. It's first weekend, second and third weekend of April, and it's a lot. We're a lot, and there's a lot of ages, but it's like this whole thing with One Direction, like it happened with One Direction. I feel like a lot of young armies don't like old armies because they're like, oh my god, you guys are not supposed to like them because you're old, and it's like, honey, we're the same age as them. Because the oldest in BTS has 32. The oldest is 32. The youngest is 22. So it's like we're the same age range. I have the same age as Jimin and B. So it's like, dude, no, we're the age. Like, it's okay that we like them. Anyhow, the point is that, yeah, so my friend got me tickets to go with her to a concert here in Chicago, ATs, and I heard about them, but I wasn't like a big fan, but she's a super huge fan of them. Those are the for generation leaders, and we went, and she got us soundcheck tickets, so we got to meet them. And this is my poster. We had like the soundcheck gave us photo cards, because that's something in K-pop we collect photo cards. I'm not collecting them because I'm broke bitch, and they can go up to like,
that's too much. Yeah.
I've heard of people paying like $90 for a photo card.
Girl.
Which is basically a piece of cardboard with a picture on it. But if they have the money and they have the means, they do whatever they want.
Go off. That's literally like the same with the Swifties.
Yeah.
Go off, I guess.
Yes. So I got one of the autographs of the guys. If I'm not mistaken, this is this is Williams. This is Williams' autograph. And
no
I
idea.
had them like 10 feet away from me, and it was
again
insane.
I don't know how you survived that.
I literally walked towards them looking down. I went like this. Because they're 8 beautiful men, and they were all staring at me, because like we had a moment where, so we had a picture taken as a group, but we were the last group to take the picture, and they were super nice, and they were like talking to us on the phone, on the microphone. They were like on the stage, and we were here, and Han Jung, which is he's the leader, he looked at us and he was like, oh, you guys must be like bored because like you're like waiting for us, and like the girls are like giggling, and me being the loud Puerto Rican ass that I am, I scream back at him, and I go like, don't worry, we're enjoying the view, and they all start laughing, and I'm like, oh my god, I made them laugh. And then like we took our picture, and I was smart and left my coat in the seat, so I had to like take a picture and go back, and then go back, like to like walk by past them, and I was the last one to leave the place, and I just like stopped literally in the middle and look at them like this. I go like, oh my god, I can't. And I went like, I can't, you guys are too beautiful. I was like this, and they start laughing, and the leader goes like, oh, I love you, thank you for coming. And I was like, I love you too. And I just stopped, and they like started laughing, and I dropped my glasses, so I had to like stop and pick them up, and I made a fool of myself in front of 8 beautiful men, and it was great. And
it's a great way to go.
I am now gonna see my babies, which is privileged, because getting tickets for this type of concerts is crazy because of the amount of fans. Like there's millions and millions of fans. And I got a pre-code, and then I was like 2,000 in line. I waited 2 hours in line, a virtual queue to get them. I got in. It kicked me out. I got in again. I got 3 tickets, and I was able to like sell them to other armies that weren't able to go, because then I found like one of the girls that was trying to buy tickets with me. She also got 3 tickets, and then one of the other girls that's gonna go with us, she got tickets that are closer. So we took hers
and exchange. We
sell ours to armies at face value, because scalpers are crazy and selling the tickets like $1,000. And let me say something, and then we can like move on, because I can talk about BTS all day long.
I know. I know.
I'm trying to like, I don't know if you notice, I'm trying to like go like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, because it's, yeah. The tickets, I thought they were going to be really expensive. Like they're not the cheapest, but they are not for 7 guys from Korea, and they have one of the most that is the biggest boy band in the world right now. They have the most expensive. Yep, they have the most expensive crew because of everything that they do.
No, it makes sense. Yeah,
and they have to, obviously you have to pay each member, and the tickets for where I'm seeing them, so the stage is like an I technically, because it's like long here, there's the trail, and then up close here. So from where I'm at, it's not ground floor, but it's what we call back home Palco Arena, so it's like the one that's this section.
It's hard to explain to people who don't know what that is.
Yeah,
it's like, on the side.
It's
kind of on the side.
It's like the one that's up, and then you have like up because it's a big stadium in Vegas. Right. It's like one of the stadiums that Taylor Swift did her show in, her stadium tour. So I'm like in the front of that section and the 4th row, and they have a little trolley that they take each, like at the half mark of the concert, they step into the trolley, and all 7 of them like there's 2 trolleys, and they like run the whole arena and like stay in a place, and then like a little bit and stay. So I'm gonna have them like super close to me.
At least you're gonna get to see them closer than, you know,
and as a privilege, I've only been in Army for a year and a half, and I know of people that have been Army since they debuted and haven't had a chance to see them, so I recognize the privilege that like I got to see
that's them. Really sad, because having not been able to see One Direction when they were all together
triggers me.
Yeah, that's really sad. That's really like painful still. I got to see Taylor at her Reputation Stadium tour, which was the greatest experience of my life, although I don't remember much of it because I feel like I blacked out. And then I saw her at Good Morning America, but she sang Me, You Need to Calm Down and Shake It Off, and I was like, this is what I spent the whole night on the street for. She looks beautiful. I love her, but those are my least favorite songs from her, so whatever. Again, I have to recognize my privilege because I've only been a fan since Reputation, and like fan since Reputation, so I did get to see her live twice. People who have been fans for longer have less merch than I do and have been able to see her even less, so if at all. So I wanted to do like a little teeny tiny tangent so we can at least highlight our favorites from the vault songs from Red Taylor's version, and talk for 10 seconds about the Umbrella Academy and the fact that it's coming up its 3rd season on June 22nd. And I just love to see the fact that one of I think she is Mexican or of Mexican descent, but Hennessy Rodriguez is going to be on the 3rd season of the Umbrella Academy, which I saw her on telenovelas when I was growing up, and to see her in the fucking Umbrella Academy on Netflix, that's a pretty big win for us. Latinos, we don't get that much representation. We are literally begging for crumbs here. Also, I have to say that David Castañeda, we stand you, short king. We love you. He's not watching this.
I love that man so much. And Jackson.
I do love a himbo. He's precious. I love him. I just want him to lose the weight for the 3rd season. We'll talk about Umbrella Academy. Let's just talk about Red Taylor's version for 5 seconds, at least of all songs, and we can say which are our favorites, I guess, because we did not talk about that at all. And the fact that the album is so fucking good. Still good, even better now with all these new songs. I admire her so much for doing this and taking back her power and owning her music. She inspires me every day. I'm dedicating my book to her and John Green and Gerard Way, but we're not talking about that right now. So anyway, vault songs from Red Taylor's version.
Run. I can't.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
Oh
I
wow.
love
Okay.
Run. I described it the other day like someone that loves you whispering in your ear. It's
All right.
beautiful. I am literally making a PowerPoint presentation for my friend Green because I was
Not
like
this
explaining
again.
I was explaining
Oh.
that it feels like when you okay, I love that song. I love it, I love it, I love it. But then I was listening with an objective like ear, and it feels like it's being like there's I was analyzing it like a poem because we are English majors.
That makes sense.
And I
She's
was
a
analyzing
writer.
it. I was analyzing it as a poem, and I feel like there's two speakers in the song. Obviously, there's Etcher and then it's her, but I feel like her every time she sings, it's as if it were Jake and their relationship, and then every time
Mhm.
Etcher speaks, it's like it was her and the
Okay.
relationship. And I have like this true line analysis. I made a PowerPoint presentation, and it's the way that the lyrics mirror what was happening throughout
Mhm.
her relationship with him. Every single line, I was like, shit, this is so smart of her. And I feel like nobody has noticed because I feel like everyone's just like, yeah, the ball sounds blah blah blah. Like I feel like the fandom is just obsessed with what's gonna come next, which one is gonna be the re-recording.
Yeah.
And they're like ignoring what they already have
Mhm.
because they can be greedy. And I was analyzing like Run, and I love that song. I've literally obviously all 10-minute version made me cry when I heard it for the
That's the
first time.
obvious one. Yeah, for
And
sure.
but I feel like the next one that had like the same effect that made me like I literally was a full on a week waking up and the first song that I would play was Run. Like for a
Wow.
week. Yeah, I love that song.
Okay.
I love that song. And obviously Nothing New made me ball out.
Nothing. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So those are my like top three from the vaults. It's Nothing New. Well, it's All Too Well, Run, and Nothing New in that
Alright.
order.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. I want to echo that feeling of the fandom just moving on quickly from what we get. As much as Fearless is not my favorite album, I will say that after that came out, everyone was just like, okay, let's go. What's next? And I feel like they did the same with Red, even though she had such a strong rollout. I don't know how they call it. I think that's the best word to describe it. For Red Taylor's version. And she did so much with it, much more than she did with Fearless. And now she's facing like supposedly, allegedly, I'm not there, I don't know anything. She's facing some lawsuits for like copyright and stuff. So like that's like preventing her from what we think are the next albums that are going to come out. So I just feel like we should appreciate Red Taylor's version more. I feel like everyone on Twitter is just like, okay, well, Speak Now, snaps, whatever, who cares? I have to say that, of course, obviously my first choice would be All Too Well 10-minute version. I no longer listen to the regular version because it just feels complete now. But I have to say that I Bet You Think About Me is such a good
Really?
song. I think that's my favorite one.
Oh my god, what? I am actually surprised.
What? I don't know. I love it so much, and it also kind of like fits the storyline of my fan fiction that I haven't written yet. Anyway, not the point. The point is that I don't know. I just feel like she's having a callback to her country music with a better. I love her. I love the video so much, and in the video, she's like, well, I read on Twitter that it was more about her leaving Big Machine Records. Like the song's about Jake, obviously, but the video was about her leaving. Because she started as a waitress, so she was like an employee, a friend, whatever. It's a whole thing. It's not my idea, so I'm not going to discuss it because I saw it on Twitter in passing, and I can't remember who it was from. But I don't know. I love that song. I feel like 2012 Alanis would have died for that song.
Yeah.
And my little petty ass. I don't even know who I had a crush on And oh yeah, I do. Same person 5 years later, whatever. So my petty ass would have loved that song, and I also feel like Message in a Bottle would encompasses 2012 Alanis. So yeah, those are kind of my favorites, although I will have to say that Nothing New, top tier song.
Yeah.
Ronan, I'm so sorry, I have to skip it. I am not stable enough to listen to that song, but I want to appreciate it and acknowledge that it's there, of course.
I'm surprised that I've heard Ronan like 5 times since the album came out.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, because it breaks me. And I can't. She like takes a breath when she's like singing, because she can't anymore, and she's like she's like trying to recompose herself. She's like, no. Yeah, nope. That's literally what I'm taking a fucking breath, because I'm being sobbing.
Literally. It reminds me of it reminds me of Soon You'll Get Better, of course, because I still skip that song because I cannot listen to it. But when I was first watching the episode that was like on Glee, oh my God, the quarterback episode. That kind of reminds me of like when you said like she takes a breath. Like I was just so thankful for ads, you know, like because it was on actual TV, like you know, so you would have ad breaks, and I was just like so thankful for that, because I am just here trying to collect myself. So yeah, when you said that, it just reminded me of that.
Another one that makes me like, but I think that's what's from Fearless, right? Forever Winter.
No, that's Forever Winter is from Red Taylor's version. Yeah,
it's Red.
Yeah,
is it Red? I have the balls all mixed in my head.
Honestly, okay, all right. Like I can't really say, but I feel like I've paid more attention to Red than to Fearless. Sorry.
Yeah, there's rumors about Forever Winter being about Korean thing, and I kind of see it.
Forever Winter. Oh, you can't see anything, but Forever Winter, yeah.
Yeah, that one makes me cry too, even though it's like super up, like the lyrics are so makes me cry.
Yeah, I'll be your summer sun forever. Don't know, too young to know it gets better. Yeah, no, she just like does upbeat songs to just like murder you, I guess. Okay, anyway, let's move right along to the Umbrella Academy announcement that it's coming out on June 22nd, season 3. We are ready to go. I have no idea what's going to happen because I'm still stuck in the middle of book 2. So I have no clue. I don't feel like I understand the comics any better. I feel like this show, it's a very complete story in itself, that I don't need the comics to understand anything. I'm also like not a comic book person as much as I want to be. I don't feel like I follow the story that well. I also have a horrible memory. So are you excited at all for this season?
I am really excited for the season, but I haven't read the comics, even though I like reading comics, but I haven't read that one.
You don't necessarily, I don't feel like you need to.
No, I don't think so either. I feel like I gravitate towards like the comics once I see if they like made a TV show or a movie. And I'm like, yeah, this feels like it's missing a really important part. Let me go see what I can find on comics and stuff like that. That's when I click there.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen because I have no idea what the Sparrow Academy is about. As I said, I'm excited to see the new actors that are coming along for this.
Yes.
I love Ben. I'm a Ben stan.
Same.
I love that man.
Justin, so fine.
Oh my god, I never did get to say what my favorite song from BTS was.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's wasted on me. Anyway, so talking about fandoms to finish off the episode because we have run this very long
for an hour. Yeah, an hour and 6 minutes.
My current era is My Chemical Romance, and how I fell down this rabbit hole Yeah, they said they were coming back, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my friends used to like this in middle school and high school. Let me just check them out and see what they're about. Boy, did I fuck up. I don't know what happened. I remember the first song that I listened to was Welcome to the Black Parade. And I was like, oh, fuck. Bye. So I just feel like they are very similar to Taylor Swift in the sense that they tell a complete story.
Mhm.
They are very into lyrics and how, you know, everything comes together. They also have iconic eras. Of course, you know, it's not as big as Taylor Swift's. Well, I will, you know, I have to pay my respects to these middle-aged men because they they are the moment. They're obviously less mainstream, but they do have like very iconic eras, and I just love their music. I feel like the Black Parade is the one of the few albums that I can listen to straight, like no skips. It's a complete story. The lyrics, boy, the lyrics and the music. I know nothing about music. I never did get to go into a music school because they didn't, you know, but they didn't pick me. But I do feel like I can appreciate that without even knowing anything about music. I love the piano and the guitars in the album. So mostly the guitar. Ray Toro is his generation's Brian May. I didn't say that. I'm not the only person who said that. So don't come for me. But I do think it's true. But I do love and respect My Chemical Romance. I do feel like they're a great inspiration, and they are not that different from Taylor Swift. So yeah, we love, we stan. I hope they acknowledge my existence someday. I will get to see them in September, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm kind of far away from the stage, but I'll cry nonetheless.
Yeah, I love that we are in a different eras in our life for
So different,
and we're gonna get to see them.
It's so different. It's so weird because like I feel like we came together and we do have a very similar sense of like what we like. Like that's you know, that's very similar. But I also feel like we do like go on very different journeys, I guess. Because I am very into like The Last Kingdom, Vikings, and stuff like that, and that's just like not your thing.
No, I haven't seen them. But I promise that I will.
As much as I tell her to, The Last Kingdom is a great show. Go watch it. It came out on March 9th, so it's out. Watch it. Fantastic. Movies coming soon.
I'll start watching it tonight. She says that she has a lot of things to do.
Yeah, you have like a lot of shit to do, and it's 5 seasons, so it's not like, you know, you're gonna just like casually watch this, you know, show. Yeah, so we'll blame Haydock for my like of these shows. Our professor,
I love him.
We still think he was a Viking in another life because he plays the part. He's great. Shout out to him. I have him on Facebook, so if I share this on Facebook, you know, I don't want him to think that. No, thank you for getting me into The Last Kingdom. I think we've talked.
Love you. Hayda, we love you.
We stand the Holy Trinity of our university, which is like these 3 professors that are like super close friends. They're amazing, but I think we should definitely wrap this up because we have been talking a lot of nonsense for a very long time. So thank you for listening to our nonsense and talk about our fandoms, current and past. We'll be seeing you sometime soon, hopefully sooner than before.
Next Saturday.
So thank you for listening. Please come back, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening, I don't know how that works. So
I'm still trying to figure that out.
I have no clue. Yeah, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.